I just wrote an article, a short article for the conservative magazine, The National Review, attacking the notion that Sweden is socialist. It's called, at least I called it, maybe they'll change the title when it actually comes out in a couple of days, Sweden is capitalist. Because it is. Most prices in Sweden are determined by supply and demand, freely arrived at. Inherited wealth is not admired. Sweden has, for the last 150 years, been a very innovative economy. Innovism is admired. One of the great Swedish inventions is the bulb bearing, which you don't need to know much about how the modern world works to know that's an important invention. And Volvo, the automobile company, was a spin-off of the great ball bearing company in Sweden. Volvo means in Latin, I roll. In the 1920s, that company came out of it. So Sweden is not socialist. When, speaking of automobiles, the Saab automobile company went bankrupt, they came hat in hand to the Swedish government. The Swedish government said, go away. We're not going to give you any money. When Volvo, a few years ago, was purchased by the Chinese, Volvo is now a Chinese company, the government said, sure, feel free. You want to be Chinese? Go ahead. Imagine similar events in the United States. You don't have to imagine it, because on at least two occasions, the Chrysler Corporation has been bailed out by the American taxpayer and GM. And the very idea that Ford or General Motors would be taken over by the Chinese, imagine how the American Congress would react to that. So I ask you, which is the socialist country? The United States or Sweden?